Hello everybody, Rack here. As you can see from the title and thumbnail of this video, this is a Minecraft 1.7.3 beta Let's Play, and this is episode 1. Recently, I've been getting recommended on YouTube a lot of beta world tour videos. For some reason, I don't know why. I don't really watch a lot of Minecraft videos beyond like Hermitcraft, and they're in between seasons right now, so not really watching anything right now. But I've been getting recommended those, and I've been watching them, and it's been really interesting. I started playing Minecraft when it basically first came out, like over a decade ago, and I think back then there was no creative. I mostly since then have only played creative worlds and just built things. I was big into architecture for a while, still kind of am, and I mostly only really built houses and buildings, and I never really expanded my kind of my reach. So I only built really one kind of thing. I never really got too much into survival beyond, playing on servers with friends, which that never really ever lasted that long. But back when I first started playing Minecraft, I would play survival, and also mostly I would play when Pocket Edition first came out. I would play that a lot on my mom's phone. We didn't buy it. We only had like the demo version, so you could only play on a world, and that world didn't save, and so once you were done, you lost everything you built. So it was really fun just to mess around and not really worry about the longevity of the world. You just kind of did whatever, blew up villages, just built random stuff, did whatever you wanted to do. But as I was saying, I've been watching a lot of beta world tour videos, and it's kind of inspired me to start my own, start playing survival again. It's been really nostalgic, and really takes me back to, I guess, the simpler times of Minecraft and just, life in general. I didn't have a lot to worry about back then, and there wasn't a lot to worry about in the digital world here in Minecraft. Especially now, Minecraft really feels kind of overwhelming and overstimulating to me. There's just a lot of different stuff now, and that's great for when I want that variety, especially in a creative setting where I want to build whatever, and also there's all these different mods and resource packs beyond just the vanilla gameplay. But vanilla gameplay, just there's a lot to do, a lot of different ways you can go about playing the game. And not to say that there's different ways of playing beta versions of Minecraft, because there's pretty much infinite possibilities even back then. You can build whatever you want, you can go wherever you want, but there's also limitations in the types of blocks you can build with and gather, a limitation in biomes and resources. And so I've kind of wanted to go back to that with this after watching all those different videos and gameplays. And so, I did that, and you're watching me doing that now. And I've decided to record it too, just because, YouTube, I spend a lot of my time on YouTube, you know, watching different people play different games. And when I first discovered YouTube, I would watch a lot of Minecraft Let's Play videos, and this kind of takes me back to that as well. You know, I used to watch a lot of Dan TDM and Stampy Longnose, and I still kind of watch them, but they don't really do Minecraft anymore, and Stampy ended his world a couple of months ago, I think now, which is kind of crazy. You know, I grew up watching him and his lovely world, and now that world series has ended. You know, it's kind of crazy to see things come and go, and there's just a lot of impermanence, I think, that especially comes from my relationship with Minecraft. You know, when I first started playing, like I said, with Pocket Edition and the demos, the worlds didn't save, so you weren't really worried about the effects that you caused, or, you know, you could just mess around and not really worry about the future or anything. And with DNTDM, you know, he still does Minecraft videos, I think, but not as much as he did when he first started, and so that's gone. I mean, the videos will hopefully still always be up on the internet as long as the internet lasts, and so you can always go back and watch those videos again, look back on those times, kind of you know, like looking back on memories. But, you know, I've always kind of thought that a good memory is one that you never really forget, and you don't need a picture or an item or token to remember that. You know, you'll always have it. If it's a good one or a memorable one, you know. I mean, you can always have bad memories and traumas that you can remember, unfortunately, but I mean, if something makes a lasting impact on you, you won't really need anything to kind of remind you of it, you know. I mean, I talk about having these fond memories of playing Pocket Edition and not having the saved worlds, or being able to export the worlds to my computer, or, you know, keep them. And when I did buy Pocket Edition, you know, I lost those worlds too. I don't have them anymore, but I remember the times I had playing Minecraft, and some of the things I built. You know, I wasn't as, I don't want to say sophisticated, but sophisticated in my builds as I am now. I wasn't worried about like realistic architecture, and let's talk about this sheep here actually real quick. You know, it was jumping up and down. I thought that was kind of fun, so I joined it, and he stopped as soon as I started, you know, enjoying myself. So I killed him and his cow friends. As you can see, but as back to what I was saying about the memories I had playing Minecraft. You know, I remembered the things that I built sometimes, and I wasn't worried about exactly making them perfect. You know, it was in survival, so you kind of just had the resources at your disposal as you had. And Pocket Edition back then, the world was infinite. You know, it was a limited area, so you only had a certain amount of space, a certain amount of resources before you kind of had everything that you could have. And so that was kind of fun too, you know, having the limited area to work with. And I remember building these castles, and castles made out of wool, and tunnels of glass, and mines, you know, just having fun and not worrying about what I want to build, what it should look like. It was all kind of just improvisational, and I wasn't worried about, like I said, getting anything perfect. And there's a part of me that's sad that I don't have those worlds anymore to go back and look at. I'm not gonna lie, but I have the memories, and I can kind of look back on that fondness and try and go back to that time with a newer outlook on life and a newer outlook on Minecraft and what I want to do in the game, and try to not emulate but get back to that kind of improvisation in playing the game. Back then, even now, you can see me. I've been traveling for a long time in this world, trying to find a perfect place to put my starter house. And even back then, I was always looking for that perfect spot, and it's really hard to find sometimes. World generation is really hit or miss, especially in older versions of Minecraft. Not everything is so smooth or realistic, I guess. So, I spent a whole day just trying to find the spot. Ended up just digging a hole into a side of a mountain to sleep away the night. The first night of this world, but yeah. Gravel's always been kind of a pest to me. It's a really nice kind of building block sometimes, but it's really annoying to mine. It always just falls down and gets in the way, and sometimes when you're not expecting it, it just kind of jumps down in front of you and you suffocate and you die. But we've reached our official first sleep of the world, and that's usually a lot farther than I usually would in a survival world. I don't really play much survival since Pocket Edition. I've had so many different versions of Minecraft. Originally, I had this free version for the computer. It would play on multiplayer servers when the running animations was Steve just waving his arms and legs in a crazy manner. I kind of missed that, it was pretty funny. But that was the first edition of Minecraft. I would just play online Minecraft servers, and I remember one game mode I would play a lot was you would be in this cube and you would have resources and stuff to build houses or bases made of wool, and eventually lava would start falling down from the ceiling, and so you would try and survive that. And I remember that being pretty fun. I don't really see that kind of game mode anymore. I don't really see anybody playing it or that game mode on the servers at all. But I remember it being pretty fun, even for the little amount of time that I did play it. And then, like I said, I would after that, the second version I had was Pocket Edition, the demo version, and then eventually I bought the full version and would play that a lot on my parents' phones. When phones actually started being little mini computers. I remember there being a lot of flip phones, and when those smartphones started coming out, that was crazy. You could watch YouTube on them, you could play games on them, and it's still even crazy to me now that we essentially have mini computers in our pockets all the time. And that kind of removed the separation from, or started to remove the separation from our online lives to our in-person lives. You always have access to the internet, and I find myself looking at it a lot, and probably a lot more than I should be. You can see here I found this family of pigs having a little beach day, swimming around having fun, and I decided to ruin their day and slaughter them all. And they gave me pork chops, but unfortunately my inventory was full, so their deaths were kind of for naught, but they did give me some food, so I thank them for that. But anyways, after I've been playing Pocket Edition, I think Minecraft started to come out on the Wii U. And so, actually, before that, I would play a lot of Minecraft with my friends over at my friend's house when we had like sleepovers or whatever. We would play on his 360 a lot and always just build stuff, you know. It was really fun. Minecraft is always so much more fun to play when you're playing with friends. And especially in a creative setting, you know, you play creative for so long and you do so many builds, but you're always on your own and you don't really get to see any other people's builds beyond like YouTube or subreddits, you know. So it's kind of a lonely game. But playing with friends is always a lot more fun, even how short that time may last. But it's always so much more fun with friends. But you know, playing on this beta world was pretty fun too. You know, it was nice to kind of get back to the roots of the game and the roots of the start of my relationship with the game. But after the 360 days and playing with my friend, I played the Wii U version a lot. In the mini games on there, like the Hunger Games kind of game, and then the Elytra game when the Elytra first came out. That was so cool. That was so fun. And they don't host those game modes anymore, which is kind of unfortunate, but you can probably still find those kind of things on servers. And especially Hunger Games. You don't see a lot of YouTubers playing Hunger Games anymore. That was really a thing of the past now, but it was so much fun, you know, watching people play Hunger Games on Minecraft and hide and seek too. I feel like there's not a really lot of people playing those kind of early 2000s, 2010 kind of game modes or mini games anymore. And, you know, I kind of miss it. No one does that anymore. It's either just single player Let's Plays or survival Minecraft multiplayer servers, SMPs like Hermitcraft or the Crackety SMP or whatever. You know, it's just a bunch of people playing survival Minecraft, and there's no really spin on the gameplay. It's just people hanging with friends and being creative, which, you know, is kind of what Minecraft's about. But there is an aspect of it where people can create these different game modes and then play those game modes and share that. And you don't really see that a lot anymore, at least from my perspective. But getting back to the actual gameplay here, you can see I found this little cove on a lake, this little island that has a really interesting shape, and I thought it would be really cool to start my starter house there, build it there. I think it would be really cool to kind of have a house partly on a lake in the middle of this little crescent-shaped island, and partly into this little mountain that kind of formed on that island. I think the island has a really interesting shape, and I kind of wanted to play with it a little bit. So I started, you know, collecting wood and resources to start start building on there. And once I had enough, or thought I had enough resources, I started to build the house. Here, I needed to go get some more resources, some more wood, and I decided I should build a boat so it's easier to swim across the water. What I did not realize is that for some reason I could not get out of the boat without breaking it, so I just wasted wood and built a boat for nothing. So the first thing you saw when I first got the resources was build the kind of base and outline of the size that I wanted the house to be. And then I made one side of the house, the pillars, the log pillars, shorter than the other side, so I can have an angled roof and have that angled roof kind of follow the movement and angle of the cliff that's on the little island here, and I think it would look pretty cool. And then I also plan to make one side of the house mostly just a big window, and so you can see me that I'm gathering a bunch of sand here for that. And what I like about this house and how it turned out is that the entrance has kind of a natural little cove or balcony kind of area with the cliff and the naturally generated terrain, and I thought that turned out really nice, and you'll see that once this is finished. Another thing I kind of liked about how this first house turned out is the kind of natural mine I'm starting inside of it, mining into the cliff here to gather stone, and eventually I plan that to make that into more of an actual mine. But for right now, I think it's just kind of a cool look and idea to have this house kind of naturally work into the generation of the world. You can see that I'm basically just about done with the exterior of the house here. I'm just finishing up the roof. There's only a few blocks left that I need to get. And I'm honestly pretty happy with how the house kind of turned out here. At least for, a starter. I talked about earlier improvising a lot in my earlier worlds and just kind of going with the flow, and I really did that here, and kind of working with the generation of the world and the terrain, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Still need to do all the interior stuff, and I have plans, like I said, making more of a finished mine that starts from the inside. I was talking about earlier about this little balcony here that kind of works with the natural generation, and I really like how it looks, honestly. I think it turned out really well. So here's the outside of the star house so far. Really like it. Yeah. After this, I think I plan on, expanding this mine here a lot more, gathering resources, and eventually I want to build a castle. I haven't built an actual castle in Minecraft since Pocket Edition, really, or since Wii U Edition, actually, I think. But I think it would be fun. I haven't really done a traditional Minecraft castle before, and I think that's a really nice project for me to move on to next. So here I take a look at the finished exterior of the actual house. Really liked how it turned out, like I've said before. Pretty pleased. I think this is a good place to end off this first video. If you enjoyed watching or listening, like the video, subscribe for possibly more, and see you in the next one.